good afternoon. Hello, everybody. So, today I already prepared the base. We're gonna work on her neck. So I did the same that I did with a sitting bull. I drilled a hole on my skull and I drew a hole on this wooden base as well. Just one thing, when I drew the hole on her neck, I drew a little bit on the angle, not much, just a little bit, so her face is not looking too much down or too much straight. It's just, it's pretty straight. The face is pretty straight, but if you drill too straight, like this, you might have her facing down. So you have to check the angle that you want to drill the skull, depending on how where you want her to be looking at. So it's going to be fitting in here. Okay, but today we're not going to do that yet. I'm going to work with her on here. And this is already the size for her to be the same height as my sitting bull, because I want to have like kind of a collection of busts and I want them to be similar sizes. So, any question before we start? If you guys are watching this video from Patreon and you want to send me a message, you will have to click on the YouTube link. I think it's in here. I'm not sure, but I think it's right here. There's a YouTube link. If it's not here, it's here, this side. I don't know. I have cleaned my fingers. But anyway, click on the link and you have to watch this video straight on YouTube. And then on YouTube, you will find a chat. Okay? Because Patreon, if you just message me on Patreon, I won't be able to read while I'm streaming. All right, any question before we start from the, because the last class I did just painting and it was recorded. I just, is there not? I think we had a change timing in here. Yeah, we did. And I don't know if you guys realize that, so I'm not sure if the students were able to realize that. Just a second, I'm just... were you guys notified that I was live on YouTube? I can't see any chat. Yeah, you can go to the bathroom, sure. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not sure if YouTube notified that I was live. Hello. But anyway, so I have my clay here, the same one that I did the face. And I'm going to start making her neck. So for her neck, we have to know how long you want the neck, because people have different length. Some people have shorter legs, some people have longer neck. So you can measure around here to know how long you want her neck to be. Okay? Something else, something else that I want to say is that the neck, if you put her face straight, the neck has to have an angle. Okay? Don't go straight down. The support that I'm using a wooden support, so it will be straight down because it doesn't make curves. So we're gonna have to make the neck on an angle and not following our support. Okay, we're gonna have to go like that. But first things first, let's mark where the neck will begin. So you can grab a pencil or a pen or whatever you want and mark where you want your neck to be. So it's going to be about this height here on the front. Hello. And let's start adding clay to the neck. My clay is pretty sticky, again, so I will not. Yo hablo español también, pero this channel is as in English. So I'm not gonna need to put any liquid clay here. I will just use my clay because it's too sticky. But if your clay is not too sticky, you can use falo português também. You can use the polymer, the liquid clay, to put a little bit on the neck, so it will be, you know, it will be there. Okay, and I'm going to make sure there's no air so my clay won't crack. Se não hablava muito, ai, pero si no hablara mucho fuera mejor. Ah, no quieres que yo hable, pero esa es una clase, tengo que enseñar. Hay personas haciendo conmigo, esculpiendo conmigo. So I'm just adding, right now I'm just concerned with the clay that will be touching the face. I will give a better direction once I've done that. Essa aqui é um 5, acho. E agora eu não me lembro, você me pegou. É um 5. Não. Um 5. É 5 centímetros. Ai, meu Deus, esqueci. Se você for lá no meu Etsy, na loja do Etsy, é a maior caveira que tem. Agora eu não me lembro o tamanho dela. Mas eu acho que é 1:5. So if you look right now, the neck is still straight. It's a little bit not so straight, but not enough. We have to go a little bit further to the front. So the neck gets around the half from the jaw to the chin. So whatever is half, this is where the front of the neck will reach about. Okay, just so we know. Some people have a little bit, you know, depending on the age, this also changes because it falls. Okay, so just making sure that I'm making the center here right, and it's inclinated. So that's good. Now I'm going to build up the thickness. So the thickness is a little bit less than the jaw, and it goes straight down. Don't open, okay? Go straight down. Esta clase está completa en mi canal. Vas en playlist y puedes ver la clase completa desde el inicio. I'm not sure why I have so many people speaking Spanish here today. I speak 3 languages. But none of them perfectly. Got all dark in here. Gracias. So I'm just adding clay to the sides. Now if you look, I'm not adding clay all the way to the front because the neck is not flat. This part here is not flat. It's curved, right? So I added clay on the sides and then I will gently complete here without making flat. Nepal. Wow. Hello. Yes, that's the same clay that I made the face. The chat is so small and I don't see well. It's hard for me to read. If you guys talk too much, then I can't read because the letters gets really, really small. And then same thing here in the back. It's not flat, okay? So we don't need to add the same amount of clay all the way here because it's rounded. So we pull the clay to the center of the neck once we add it on the sides. Okay, I'm not worried about the head because we're gonna make hair. You might want to have hair, I mean the same color as the face on the head if you're going to have, like, her hair is going to be split, so it might show. Oh, PV Clay en Chile. Yo creo que tú puedes ir al website www, no sé cómo se habla la dirección en español, punto pvclay.br, from like como Brasil, y envía un mensaje al dueño. Su nombre es Edinho. So I'm just putting some clay to the head because her hair will have a division and I might want to show the head color under instead of the skull color. Okay, so that's the only reason that I'm doing that right now. Doesn't need to cover the whole thing, it's just on the center here where I want to do the division. More concerned now with the neck. All right, now I'm just going to add here there's something in my clay. What's that? This is brown clay. I was working with brown before. El material para qué? El material... ¿Dónde está? En México. Puedes ir a mi Etsy shop. Lo encuentra en mi sitio. It's etsy.com y busca Juliana LePine. Tienes los esqueletos, los ojos. Solo no tengo la clay, la pasta, pero la pasta es polymer clay. Encuentras en cualquier sitio. Tal vez no encuentres la misma marca que yo utilizo, pero vas a encontrar otras. Yo tengo que hablar inglés. Sorry guys, I don't know why there's so many people speaking English here, Spanish here. I don't know what happened. Darken Skin. No, this is because this is already baked and painted. And this is not baked. So when you bake, if you see here, it's the same color, but when you bake, it changes color a little bit. See? So when I bake this, it's gonna be the same color as that part that is not painted. The eyebrows are painted, but they are painted with some polymer clay, liquid polymer clay, so it gets a little bit of volume as well. The clay, it depends on how much clay it is. Usually after the sculpture is done, I baked for 40 minutes at least after it's all done. But the face, for example, I only baked for 15 minutes. Sometimes I baked 30 because there's not a lot of clay because there's a skull inside, a resin skull inside. This full class is available here. If you guys go to my playlists and you look for Frida Kahlo, you can find the class from the beginning, and it's all for free. It's all in here. And you can sculpt along with me. I mean, you can take your time because the videos are available and you don't need to rush. And every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm here. If I'm not live, I put the recorded video like I did last week because there was a lot of baking in between phases. But, and then you can do your own Frida. And the material you can find on my Etsy shop. There is the skull, and the eyes are available now too. This eye size. There are new sizes on my Etsy. You can find this one. Yeah. And polymer clay, you don't need to use the same brand as me. You can choose your favorite or whatever is easier for you to reach, depending on where you are. My favorite is PV Clay. It's a Brazilian brand. All right, so this is what the neck is. It's going to go right under the skull here when it makes the curve here. And it's kind of in the same height at the end of the jaw. I mean, we're not the end, but... And it's inclinated, okay, always inclinated. So it, as profile thickness, it goes from between the chin and the jaw, around. And on the sides, it's almost as thick as the jaw. And it goes straight down. Okay? Like this. Once you reach the chin, don't make like an angle. Go slightly, let it go to the chin like that. There's a little, you see, it's not completely an angle. Okay, don't break it down into, just do a slightly change, so you have a little bit of a platform in there. I forgot the name in English. And now that we have the neck, we're gonna put more details on the neck after. That's not my priority right now. Right now I just want to do the basics. And now I'm gonna put back and shoulders and whatever else I want to do in here. So I hope I have enough clay. So I'm just gonna put some back. Oi, ai gente, com tanto texto assim fica tão pequenininha a letra, eu não consigo ler. When you guys write a big long text as a message, I can't read because the letters are really small. And it stays here fast. So, I don't know, I'm not really concerned with what shape I'm going to put in here. I'm just going to build up something to give her a body. I don't even know the shape of the bust that I will do for her yet. So, just going to make sure that I don't cover where the neck begins here. So I'm just making it larger so I know that this is not the neck anymore. And here we can kind of like go in kind of this shape from the neck. And then on the sides, it's gonna come out a little bit. But right now, I don't know, we're just blocking, and polymer clay, it's elastic, so it goes back and forth. É um busto. Só o busto. Okay, let me get more clay. Okay, I'm gonna put some shoulders. That is not really shoulders because the bust doesn't really need to have the whole top. It can be half of it. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the whole thing or if I'm going to or not. But I'm just gonna put some space in here. Actually, for doing that, it's good to look at her frontal picture so we know how her shoulders are. Because some people have the shoulders like more straight here, and some people have like goes down more, and she has a pretty it goes down quite a bit. It doesn't go straight like this. So I'm gonna put about here. Just kind of rounded. Not absolutely, but we're gonna have to change a lot of things here still. And again, polymer clay is pretty soft, so. And then from here to here, you can just go meet. You don't need to remove this shape here because you can still see it, this rounded part. But just like that for now. Hello. Maybe this neck is too long. But it's still going to, because it goes higher here. As it goes around, it goes higher because of the trapezium muscle. Let me add the trapezius here so you guys can see. Kind of, right? I'm not adding any muscle shape perfectly. I'm adding volumes. And then I'll refine later. Just right here. She has a pretty high trapezius. Maybe this neck is too long. I'm gonna make the neck a little bit shorter. And then the trapezius go right here and down, and it meets the shoulder. So I think I need more large here. No, it's just gonna be a bust. And because I made the neck shorter, I'm just gonna bring the shoulder higher here. Okay, I'm not too unhappy with that. I'm not completely happy, but it's not bad. So I'm gonna bring her shoulder more towards the front. And build better trapezius here. I think that's good enough. She's gonna have a lot of clothing here, so this is not gonna show a lot, so I'm not super concerned with that. Bust or sculpting? What? Sorry, I didn't understand your question. Bust or full bust? Bust. So I'm happy with this here. This side. And now we have to build more here in the back. Just gonna make sure that I don't leave air in there. There was a little hole. So this is just a trapeze. It's kind of like a triangle here. And it comes on the neck, and then here you can go down to meet the spine. But you don't need to worry about too much because this is all going to have clothes. This is just a basic shape that we need to do. I mean, here we will have to do it correctly, this part, because I don't know if it's gonna show a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Or if you decide to make another, to do another type of clothes, then it's good to have that done. Okay, now the same thing, other side. No, I don't do family sculptures anymore. It's very hard to reach the client level of expectation. A lot of people expect that I'm a 3D machine and that I don't need good pictures to work. So it's a bit frustrating to do it. And you know, I don't know the person, and you do, so you know much more than I do, much more information about the person than I do, and you know the spirit, you know the way that the person smile, and all I have, it's a flat picture in different angles, so it's hard to capture the spirit, and then it's hard to make the person happy. But Frida, we both know the same information. The same information you have from her is the one that I have from her, so it's easier to don't disappoint. But I do have a lot of artists that take commission work like that. If you guys need, just message me and I can send you their links. Brave artist, because it's a hard task to do. You have to be very brave. And also because I want to do my own work, I don't want to be doing just commission. It's good to do your own creation as an artist. Okay, so I'm just doing the same, the other side. I have to soften this clay a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna put this in here. It's also good so you guys can see it. There. And I have no idea what I'm gonna do down here. If I'm gonna make... I probably will go just like I did with Sitting Bull, and the similar style that I can. Well, it depends. This one I did, I made it online. So every class, it was just like 1 hour class once a week. I think, and this is class 7, so it's been 7 weeks, but only working 1 hour per day with the students. So if I was doing on my own, it would be much faster. I might have to bring this down a little bit just so it's more inclined at the neck. I don't know what outfit I'm gonna do. Yo no sé qué ropa voy a hacer para ella. Todavía no sé. So this is inclinated down, okay? And from here to here, it's kind of like you can see the inclination coming here. It opens this way. And then you still have to keep the division here. You will still see the neck, okay? Right here. Hello. Thank you. Maybe the neck is too thick in here on the sides here. Not in the thickness, but in here it's too flat. So I'm just with my finger making here less flat, more rounded. So make sure that you see this division here. So you see that this is neck and this is muscle. You're welcome. Oh, you liked it? Good. And then I don't know if I need to make boobs, because honestly, no, let's just do it, I guess. Or maybe, I don't know. I'll make one side and then we'll decide if I'm gonna do both. And just before, I'm just gonna put the bone here. Just to give me an idea, not really. I don't think we need to do that really. I have to go larger. Yeah. So if we make the boobs volume, don't need to make a lot. It's just, and I don't need to make complete, because otherwise we're gonna make too much of her. No, the sitting bull have a chest, so I could put a boob in here. It's just because without the body here, it's gonna look like the boob is just floppy down, so it might look weird. Decisions to make. You see this part here, it's wrong. I'm just afraid that my clay is gonna finish without me finishing the body. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make a booby volume. Not completely right, but just a volume. And then I have to do something down here because it's very weird, the boob just flopping. Going down like that doesn't look any good. My favorite that I did. Yeah, it's hard. What? I don't know, the favorite sculptor. It's hard to choose. I have a lot of favorite ones. Well, I have my Irina, my witch, that I love because it's my own creation. I think my favorites are my own creations, like Dreamer Girl, Confidence, Irina, my witch, my Philautia witch. Okay, it's too, also I have to put it larger body. Okay, this is just, you know, just a sketch. It's not really a shape yet. And then from under the breast, I'm gonna have to put something. And start going. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. So yeah, it's too high. I have to go lower. So, I mean, I will probably wrap a big fabric around her, and nothing it will show, like none of that it's going to show. So it's almost a waste of time to do all of this. But as you guys see in my video, I love wasting my time doing things that is not going to show. So it's okay, because then at least you guys get to learn. It's fine, right? Because it's too much. You have to go farther in here. Because the trapezius also is inclinated here. It was too flat, so I'm just bringing more to the front. Like seriously, if you guys don't want to do any of that, you can just make a neck and make some volume here and wrap the fabric around. There's a lot of sculptors like that. You don't need to do the full body. It really depends on the, hold on, I twisted here. On the outfit that you're gonna put for her, and on the style of the bust that you want to do. Like some people finish, completely cut the bust right here, boom, and that's it. I'm going a little bit lower, so I'm building more stuff in here. But there's no really a need to do that. Okay, so I have to make the other side here, otherwise I won't be able to do anything. My clay is really soft, so not every polymer clay is that soft, and not every PV clay it's that soft. Even PV clay sometimes some batches come a little bit softer than other. Team Kong. I'm just blending in here the clavicle. En Chile no hay argilas profesionales. Yo creo que sí, que tiene, que las encuentra. Si no tiene, busca de Brasil. shoulder. Yeah, I think here is wrong. We have to show more neck in here and the trapezius. Showing there. All right. So I'm gonna put some, not all, the volume on the back here. And then I might change this after, but I'm gonna put some volume here. Kind of like following a little bit of the chest, the box, how do you call, I forgot the name in English. The thoracic box here. Ribs, the rib cage. There we go. Oh my God. Esta se llama polímero plástico, polymer clay. PV clay is the brand. The type of clay is polymer clay. The brand of polymer clay that I like is the PV clay. So I'm just adding volume here. I still am not really giving shape to it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna need to do that seriously, because I think this is just gonna be a bunch of fabric falling down. Pretty sure that's what it's gonna be. Okay, I think this is good enough, and I just have to match the other side now. I have to put her in there nice. There. And now I'm going to make the bottom here. So I'm going to add some shape in here. I mean, there's different shapes that you can add for bust. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for mine yet. But I think this is what I'm gonna do. Something here coming kind of like my sitting bull. So this is what I did for my sitting bull. If you didn't see, I also have this full class available here on the channel. So as you can see, it's like it opens on the bottom and there's this thing in the back.